we're mostly operating under the illusion of certainty, just like the illusion of control. The reality is, none of us know with certainty what's around the corner. But if I feel the uncertainty, I freeze or tense up, I start to spiral in my thoughts, then I would say maybe it's time to get some help, right?
Dr. Wong, welcome to Money Bites.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited to have this conversation. I think that with the idea of uncertainty, we have to realize that we're mostly operating under the illusion of certainty, just like the illusion of control. We think that, oh yeah, I can generally predict how my day today will go. I can generally predict perhaps my health, right, for this next week. The reality is none of us know with certainty what's around the corner, but we operate as if things will stay the course. And that's why I think when things change quickly, we often are blindsided because we almost try to ignore the possibility of uncertainty in our everyday lives as a form of psychological protection, right? Because if we don't learn to tolerate the emotional discomfort that uncertainty brings up, our nervous systems get really dysregulated because we're like, oh my gosh, nothing feels stable. How am I supposed to navigate this world where anything could happen at all times? So to manage that discomfort, we say, oh no, but I'm certain about my life. I'm pretty certain that these things will happen, that I'll have a job, that I'll, be with this partner, all of that. And so we close that kind of space in which we're actually open about what's to come, for better or for worse. And so I think one of the things that I try to help my clients do is like, can we learn and practice how to sit with uncertainty? So this might be too TMI, but I'm going to share anyway. I recently had like my first mammogram because I'm getting to that age. And I remember sitting there and I had done the ultrasound and she was like, I'm going to step outside and talk to the radiologist and see if there's anything else we need to check. So I'm laying there and I'm feeling the uncertainty, right? I don't know what they're going to say because they never tell you anything as they're scanning you. They just have this serious face and they're clicking and they're like measuring. And in that space, I had to sit with the discomfort of one, the possibility that things looked fine, come back in a year, or the possibility that she could come back and tell me there's something bad here. And your life may fundamentally change in this moment. And I remember feeling the mounting anxiety and thinking to myself, oh my gosh, I don't know that I can tolerate this. Right. And I could feel my heart rate going up and I could feel my body like starting to tense. And as that was happening, I had to literally coach and talk to myself through that moment and say, you can either allow your mind to go down that rabbit hole of uncertainty and fear and anxiety, literally create suffering for yourself in these next 10 minutes that you're waiting, or you can live in this present moment where right now you are healthy as far as you know. Right now, there's no bad news yet. Right now, you are breathing and moving and living. And as I was able to remind myself, not of the what if, but of the what is, I was able to notice my body calming down. And that was only 10 minutes. But right now, a lot of people sitting with uncertainty for days, for weeks, for months. And I think that in our current kind of modern world, we don't get many opportunities to practice sitting with uncertainty or even the feeling of waiting for something anymore. Everything about our lives now is measured and metriced down to the minute. We don't really sit in this waiting or open-endedness anymore. Our ability to sit with the uncertainty or some of the anxiety, that the unexpectedness of life, when I can sit with it, but it doesn't cause me to freeze. It doesn't cause me to shut down. I'm able to sit with it, notice it, realize it's there, wonder to myself, is there any tangible action I can take in the midst of the uncertainty? And if not, realize it's outside of my control or responsibility and move on. Direct the focus of my attention to things I can control. And if that's your process, then I would say you're handling it pretty well. But if I feel the uncertainty, I freeze or tense up, I start to spiral in my thoughts, right? I start to dig into these fear-based catastrophic rabbit holes, or to think clearly towards accepting this is my reality, then I would say maybe it's time to get some help, because we know that inaction or freeze response, right, is one of our stress responses as human beings. And if we live in that mode too long, it becomes problematic, right? Well, then we're not engaging in healthful behaviors. We're not moving our body. We're not social. We're isolated. We're shut down. And that becomes a problem for our mental health.